Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to look at some important learning concepts. And the first concept which we'll look at is overlearning. Overlearning is continuing to practice or study what you have mastered in a study session. Overlearning is a waste of valuable study time. By repeating what you have already mastered or what you already know, it does not help you in any way. For you to store the information you are studying in your long-term memory, the best thing to do is to practice spaced repetition. Spaced repetition is fine and is often valuable. It will help you store the information you are learning in your long-term memory. Another thing which results from overlearning is illusion of competence. By repeating the simple things which you already know, or by repeating the material which you have already mastered, it will fool you into believing that you have already grasped the material which you are learning. An important thing for a student to do instead of overlearning is to do deliberate practice. Deliberate practice is what differentiates between a good and a great student. By deliberate practice, it means you should be able to balance between the easy and the difficult material. Most of the students tend to focus on things which are easy to understand or on problems which are easy to solve, and they tend to leave the problems or the material which are difficult to understand or solve. Therefore, for you to be a great student, you should be in a position to balance between the easy material and the difficult material, because you will require all the material for you to do well in your studies. The next concept which is important in learning is Einstellung. Einstellung is a German word which means mindset. In this context, Einstellung means mental roadblock. Initial simple thoughts prevent better ideas or solutions to problems, and these usually happen to people who are specialized in one field of studies or in one discipline. These people who are highly specialized in one discipline, they tend to think in one direction, in the direction of the area of their studies. And when they are faced with a problem, it becomes difficult for them to solve that particular problem which require different strategies. But for people who are generalists, people who have knowledge and skills in different areas, it becomes easy for them to solve different types of problems because they can apply the different chunks of knowledge in different fields to solve the problem. Another important learning concept which we are going to look at is interleaving. Interleaving, as the word suggests, it is jumping back and forth between concepts to solve a problem. For example, we are faced with the COVID-19 pandemic, and different companies are coming up with vaccines. Now, in the process of coming up with a vaccine, you need chunks of knowledge from different fields of studies. For example, when you look at this diagram, we have chemistry and biology. Therefore, by utilizing knowledge in both chemistry and biology and in other fields of study such as medicine, companies pharmaceutical companies are able to come up with vaccines to fight the COVID-19 virus. Another good example of interleaving is, let's say you are given a mathematics problem which involved mixed operation. For you to solve that problem, you need knowledge in all the operation. You need to have knowledge in addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. By having knowledge in all the operations, it will become easier for you to solve a mixed operations problem. Now, why is interleaving important? Interleaving enables us to utilize the different chunks of knowledge to find solutions to different problems we are faced with. Also, interleavings enable us to undertake deep learning. Deep learning is knowing how and when to use a concept, an approach, or a problem-solving technique. And this is only possible through interleaving, because by interleaving, it means you are able to take chunks of knowledge from different fields of study and put them together to solve a problem. Another importance of interleaving is it builds creativity and flexibility. Most of the people who are creative and flexible are able to interleave. They are able to use the different chunks of knowledge which they have to solve their problems. They can employ the interdisciplinary approach. They can take knowledge and skills from different disciplines, put them together to suit a particular situation or to solve a particular problem. And this will be our last concept for today. Thank you very much.